Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few very wrong turns along the scenic route. As we were making the videos for our rolling into the new year, Roll and Write month, we realized that we absolutely can't cover every single roll and write that we have.
Because we have too many games.
We have a lot of games. That's not too many, that's just a lot.
How many is too many?
That's not a real number. So what we wanted to do is come up with a way to show you some of the other games in the collection that didn't quite fit into the other categories that we made and might not show up on that end of the run top 10 list. I'm not saying they won't, but they might not show up on the top 10 list. So we decided to do superlatives, like class clown or nicest smile, but for roll and writes. The first superlative on our list is most likely to wait another week. And that's not quite for a roll and write, but instead for a roll and write video, because our combo-rific video is going to have to wait a little bit longer so that we can
right under the bus.
so that we can make sure that Billy gets a few more plays of those heavier roll and writes, the ones with all the combos that I love.
Those more heavier ones.
You knew what I meant. So our first roll and write superlative is most likely to be on the nice list. And that goes to Super Skill Pinball Holiday Special. And we don't have the original version of this, but we did pick this one up just in time for the holidays because we love all the movies on here. I think that could be a problem later because Billy does not let me play any Christmas games once the Christmas stuff gets put away. So I'm not going to be able to...
during the Christmas season.
Yeah,
with the movies.
Thanksgiving to about now, right?
Give or take.
Give or take. So we might have to actually pick up the other version. So if you have a favorite of the other versions, let me know. This one gave me actual pinball feels. You can tilt the machine and nudge, and you could use the flippers to shoot it all the way
You're not
back.
even gonna...
No, you could use the flippers to get it all the way back up to the top, and it could bang around the bumpers a little bit and get a score. I really, really enjoyed this one much more than I thought I would, and am definitely considering getting one that Billy will let me play when it's not Christmas. So Super Skill Pinball Holiday Special is our most likely to be on the nice list. The next one on our list is biggest surprise to us, and that one is Merchants of Magic, which was provided to us by Rock Manor Games. We got this one when we went and met with Rock Manor Games about some of their upcoming titles, which we're very excited to share later. I had no idea what to expect from this one, as it's based in the Set a Watch universe.
Nailed it.
And if you'll remember, the Rules Duck was purchased for the Set a Watch games. So I wasn't quite sure what I was going to think of a roll and write version of those games. It was a really nice surprise. And there's a bit of an interactive element as you're kind of passing these orders around to the other people playing. You're creating things like the lively sword or the fiery shield. I don't know. There's better names in here, trust me. But what you're doing is using the polyhedral dice to get combinations that'll allow you to craft items to fulfill orders. And you're going to keep those orders piling up and try and keep your opponents from getting them. But those orders go away and shift around to the other players. So if you can't complete one in time, you might just lose it. So you have to judge what you want to complete and how fast you want to do it and try and plan a little bit in advance, but the dice may not always work in your favor.
It's really cool, and you get to use like the full, with Set a Watch, you get to use like the full range of RPG dice.
Yeah, it's really kind of nice. It's one of the only roll and writes I think we have that uses the...
Like all of them?
Yeah, that
like
uses
you could
them.
use a D8, and a D4, a D10.
Yeah, it's beautiful to look at.
D12.
It's not particularly heavy. This is not one that you're going to
D20.
get... Oh, that's a lot of numbers. It's not one that you're going to get like combo after combo after combo of. That's not the style of this one, but it is a nice, light, beautiful roll and write that was kind of a big surprise to me since I had no idea what to expect. And I just really enjoy this one. I've played it solo. I've played it with Billy. Really, really like this. The next award we have is for most likely to hit a home run. And that one goes to Baseball Highlights, the dice game.
Woo!
Don't you woo.
Woo!
The reason that I got this one is because I really enjoyed this game in its original version, the Baseball Highlights.
You can't remember the name of.
It's 2045. But
it's a number.
Billy played it with me one time. One. And then had absolutely zero interest in playing it again.
I love it thematically, and I love the art, and I love the idea of it, but the gameplay itself, I stumbled with a little bit. And I think I have not played this one yet, but it looks a lot more up my alley.
I really loved the original, but I didn't really love it solo.
It's just a shame because I abandoned you.
So what I did was I culled the original and I play on the app, which works just fine. But then this came out, and there's a couple of things about this one. You have this giant fistful of dice that you're throwing to determine if you're going to be able to hit a single, a double, a triple, maybe you'll get a stolen base. And then there's defense dice as well that will see what's blocked for that at bat for you. I've only played this one solo. I do enjoy it. It is not the same as the original game. There's no deck building element to it. There's no kind of build up your team. It's a much more standard roll and write. You do get these combos that allow you to kind of tie together a stolen base and a single and a walk in the same way that a baseball game would. So for that reason, I still get kind of the baseball feel from it. It is just a much different game as far as an adaptation goes. If you're looking for a straightforward adaptation of the original game, this probably isn't it. If you're looking for a really fun baseball roll and write, then this might be something that you want to check out. Our next award is for most abstract. Now, as roll and writes go, I generally gravitate towards thematic roll and writes. I'm not often just there for numbers and boxes, but Splitter, which was provided for us by Pandasaurus Games, is a really quick little abstract puzzle where you're rolling 2 dice and you have to put them symmetrically on this sheet. And there's different variations of the sheet, different shapes that you can try to fill in. In addition to having to place them symmetrically, you're also trying to get groups. So you want 4 4s or 5 5s next to each other or 3 3s. So you're trying to build up points while placing 1 die on each side, equidistant apart from the center. In the beginning, you think, hey, this is a super easy puzzle. I don't know why anybody has any trouble with it. But when you get down to those last few, well, it becomes much tougher to put them all into the boxes. It's super tiny. It's super portable. You can just chuck it in a bag. And it's a good one if you just want to kind of chuck dice and fill in the boxes. There's not a real big theme here. There's no theme here.
The theme is numbers.
The theme is roll and write. The theme is puzzle, but it is a really cute, small little roll and write that it's good for kind of killing time. I've played it solo a bunch, and it plays exactly the same as it would with other people. I really enjoy it as a quick, easy one when I just want to kill some time. You ready? Are you? Because you're going to have to explain this one.
I'm not responsible.
You are 100%.
Just as responsible. You are an accomplice in this.
You are 100% responsible for this.
50-50. You agreed.
No. The next award is for Best Dressed, and that one goes to Longshot the Dice Game. And Billy, why is this one Best Dressed?
Because the horses have clothes. What?
Because the horses have closed. Because the horses have closed.
The horses are closed now, sorry.
The horses are closed now.
Come again later.
Okay, so we struggled a little to think of a category for this, but I really, really, really wanted to include it. We did a whole video on this one because we enjoy it so much, which I think is Billy's only playthrough.
I think it's my only playthrough.
The only one that Billy participates in, so you might want to check that out. I'll put the information down below. This one gives you all, like, the atmosphere of a horse track. I don't know how to explain it.
But without the smells.
You have these adorable little chunky. Well, that's probably good. You can have horse racing without the horse smell. Enjoy. But this one, you're allowed to place bets. You can buy the horses so that when the horse wins, you share in the profits. It has these chunky little horse meeples that go around the track in all the colors that you're betting on. You're going to be able to earn points by getting your jockey jersey and helmet all checked off on the score box. This one's really fun. It's really interesting to see which horses are going to move ahead. You can cheat a little. You can even, I believe, trip a horse or at least move it back a few spaces. So I'm calling it tripping a horse.
Got a guy in the stands with a dart gun.
This one's just a lot of fun, and it plays up to 8 people in a way that's not quite a party game, but is really energetic like a party game. It's not just 8 people doing their own thing on their own board. It is 8 people betting on the horses in the center track, and that makes this one a lot of fun if you're looking for something a little bit more exciting and apparently well-dressed.
We should play that again.
Yeah, this is a really good one. The next one is for smallest roll and write, and that one goes to this little postcard right here, which is Skulls of Sedlec Dig and Write from Button Shy, because I'm going to have a list that doesn't have a Button Shy game on it. This was actually included in their Board Game of the Month club, and I'm pretty sure that it will be available for everyone at some point in the future. But what this little card does...
This is very mean.
It's still a really good game. But what this little card and this little pen make it is that you can take Skulls of Sedlec and play it solo just by flipping through the deck, or as they're calling it, digging through the deck. And as you flip over 2 cards, you choose one from the top and one from the bottom to fill in the little skulls on the pyramid, just like you would be laying out the cards. This also means that if you're playing solo, you only need a little bit of space, because I love playing this game with 2 people or solo, but in order to build out those little stacks of skulls, you need some table space. So if you were on an airplane or waiting at a restaurant, all you need is this little card and space to flip over 2 cards. You still get all the combos, all the scoring exactly the same as you do in Skulls of Sedlec, and you can even add in an expansion as it leaves room for you to do that. So you can rotate some of the expansions through.
Nice. Good. I didn't know you could use expansions.
You can use expansions.
That's pretty fun.
And each expansion has its own scoring condition, so that will keep the scoring changing all the time. I love this. I've probably played this more than any other roll and write this month, just because it's so simple for me to take out, put at the table, and play. Plus, I love Skulls of Sedlec, so having a way to play it solo really quickly right in front of me is perfect. This isn't exactly a superlative for high school either, right?
What is it?
It's Chonkiest dice.
Sounds like a really mean thing to say to a high schooler.
But we could have gone with best markers or something equally as superlative about the components of this. But the truth is, while the components are amazing, the game is better, and that's Rolling Realms.
Oh wait, maybe this should have been best dressed. Because, the components are how the game is dressed.
It's a little bit late now for your helpful nonsense.
Just scratch out your graphic and put best dressed.
Rolling Realms is a game that was designed by Jamie Segmeyer. And the idea of this is that you have 3 cards in front of you that you're filling in as individual little roll and write puzzles. You roll the dice, and like most roll and writes, you're sharing those results, but you get to choose which card you're going to be filling out, or which cards. Cards in this game are based on other game. And originally it was other Stonemaier games, and now it includes even more games. Some of the latest expansions were for Honeybuzz and Feast for Odin, but there are cards in here for Scythe and for
Viticulture
and Smitten, the new little card game that we got where I thought it was a pirate ship, but it was a mech. There's actually cards that you can get for Smitten, and more expansions keep coming out all the time, and the expansions are just these tiny little card packs that you add in so that everyone can play. This one plays up to 6 players, so every time you get an expansion, you get 6 of each of the cards so that everyone can have them. This game is probably one that I turn to solo the most, and there's even a miniature golf solo version in here, which I have not played. I just play the regular game solo because I love all the combinations that you can get in here. I've taught this to a lot of people who have never played a roll and write before, and they've had a really good time with this. It's just a nice little puzzle. It's beautiful to put on the table. And again, the biggest, chonkiest dice that are out there.
Press stress.
Yeah. Give me that now. Anyway, that's our way of including some more of these games in our Rolling into the New Year series. We hope that you like some of these. If you thought of some superlatives, throw them down in the comments. Let's see what you got. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
or if you'd like to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to follow us elsewhere on social media or join us in our Discord, all of that information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
bye!
It has these chunky little wooden horse that has these chunky...
It has this chunky little horse that meep.
The next award is for smallest roll and write, and
That's a superlative, alright.
And that one
Most
goes
likely to be small.
Right now you're making me mad. The next one is for smallest roll and write, and that one goes. Was that not a thing?
No, that's fine.
You're crazy. The next award. Yikes.